generations. And now, the power of two restores the one.
We got a bidet! Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. We are Dyad in the Rough, and today we are looking at a new Star Wars product that is very, very exciting. And it is the Star Wars Villainous Expansion called Revenge at Last. So without further ado, let's get started. So we got the Target edition of the Star Wars Villainous, which means it has the special slip cover here with the Sith holocron, I was going to say artifact, Sith holocron with Darth Maul there in the middle. It does have the same backing as the regular product does, and we'll show that that's the same here in a second. But what does it say on the back? It says, Order and Chaos. Conquer the galaxy as your favorite Star Wars villains with card strategies inspired by the films, shows, and stories you love. So a lot of the stuff that's in the game is actually inspired by things from the movies, shows, all that good stuff. So that's really cool about it. Wield your sinister influence and unique abilities in this immersive game of dark destinies. Be the first villain to achieve your objective to win. So in this one we get Darth Maul and Captain Phasma, and we will be looking at a closer look at what their objectives are and how they accomplish those. It says choose your villain, so you get to pick one of the two. This is an expansion, but at the same time it's a standalone, so you don't have to buy the starter box in order to play this. That's really cool. It says control your sector, so you get a board with all the different areas, that is your sector, and then fulfill your destiny. So we want to make sure to be the first one to win. Yeah, so let's go ahead, let's get this off of there. So if we take the slip cover off, really the only thing that changes is the front, because you get to see more of Darth Maul. Like I said, the back is no different than that sleeve cover. But let's go ahead, let's start opening it up and see what goodies we got inside. It is worthy to note that even if you, let's say you bought this one and you bought the Boba Fett expansion, but you still don't have the starter set, you can mix and match all the different characters. So for instance, if you wanted to use Darth Maul and your friend wanted to use Boba Fett, you could cross over and be just fine. So we get the instruction book right up top. Why would we want to read this? If there's any mechanics that come with these characters that are like special to the characters, you might have some guidance in there about those. We have our sectors here. We will open that up momentarily. We have our villain guides. So they talk to you about your villain character and how like what cards are in there that may help you with your objective. We got the two decks, so we can see right up there. We got Rose and Obi-Wan. We got the backs. So the backs are themed to their characters as well. They both look really, really cool. I like how Darth Maul has the Sith droids there from episode 1. It's also got the circle where he fell down the pit. That's kind of a funny addition there. Phasma, looks like we got, Phasma is in charge of the troopers, so she has a squad of troopers up there. Not quite sure what the connection is there at the bottom. Maybe that's one of the ships or something that she went to. It kind of reminds me of Snoke's throne room, but I think I'm wrong on that one. We got the game piece. Oh, two separate game pieces. So we got Captain Phasma's. As you can see, it is kind of see-through there on the bottom. And we got Darth Maul. Darth Maul's is actually in a little bag. So I'm kind of wondering, they're like, hey, the special ones are in the bags, put those in the target boxes, blah, blah, blah. But it is really nice. The horns are on top of his head. They are very pokey. So, we got that Darth Maul mover there. And if you haven't picked up on this from like previous villainous pieces, it's kind of cool because the character themselves have their weapon as part of their piece. So down on Darth Maul's is his lightsaber hilt. You can see that there. And then for Captain Phasma, you can see a blaster for what holds her up. Between that and the cape. So we got those. There's also some game pieces in here. These are the game pieces that are pretty much generic across all the games. Except there may be a piece or two in there that is specific to a character if they have some sort of like special ability or thing that you need to be aware of for them. So the box inside, it is kind of themed there. It looks like it's very Sith-y, if that's a word. You know, with Darth Maul and everything. So, all right, let's look at some of the other important pieces. So we don't really have to worry about, you know, those pieces. We'll go ahead and put the figures away, but then we'll dive into the cards, the guidebooks, and also take a look at those realms. Alright, I think first we should take a look at their sectors, as they call them here in this game. We got two of them, of course, because we got two villains. That was almost a fumble on the 1 yard line. We want to be careful because we don't want to cut the product. There we go. So we can see here that we got the Captain Phasma one, and then we also got the Darth Maul sector. Darth Maul says, "Run if you want, or stay and die. It makes no difference to me." And this is an interesting change. Some of you may not recognize it, but in previous Villainous, this part right here, like you would open up this piece and open the flap. Whereas now, this entire section over here is part of the flap. So, in the other boards, you know, you'd have your main sector, and then over here is where you'd put your ship. And so it's kind of cool. They actually have a spot now for the ship. It doesn't just say, you know, put it off to the side. So that's kind of a cool change. Looks like the locations are Night Sister Temple, Throne Room Mandalore, Sith Temple, Malachor, and Dune Sea Tatooine. So we can take a look at those there. Then, of course, the deep space for the ships. His objective is defeat a hero with another hero. So that was one of the things that I was looking forward to the most, to try to find out what is going on with the Darth Maul villain, because that sounds crazy. Like, are you going to make Ezra kill Kaden? So, I don't know. It'd be crazy. Captain Phasma, execution by blaster is too good for them. Let's make this hurt. So, just like Darth Maul, we still have all one piece here, so we can open it up and see all the different places. We got Twanel, I think it's called, Starkiller Base, Finalizer, and Supremacy. So Finalizer and Supremacy are two different of the Star Destroyers. Like the first one is a Star Destroyer from Force Awakens, and Supremacy was the big dreadnought, I believe. Objective here, have a First Order Stormtrooper officer at each location. So it looks like we're going to want officers at every one of those locations. Probably minus deep space, though. I don't think that's probably going to be necessary. So we got the two sectors for our characters. We got the guides and the cards still to go. So let's take a look at the guides and see if we can get some clarity on what's going on here. So we got Darth Maul, we got Captain Phasma, and then there's two pieces here that have like little reminders of what the different symbols mean and what the objectives are for each character. So let's look at Darth Maul first. So it says Darth Maul's objective. Maul has been many things: a Night Brother, Sith Lord outcast, and ruler of Mandalore. But through it all, he has been a revenge-driven manipulator. His twisted dreams of becoming a Sith Lord and taking his revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi and all other Jedi are his obsession. In order to achieve his goals, he needs a powerful apprentice. And the best way to get his revenge and to prove he is greater than Obi-Wan is to recruit a Jedi to be his apprentice, by manipulating them to confront and defeat another hero. Maul can finally have his ultimate revenge. Interesting. I like that twist. So it looks like Darth Maul has to persuade a Jedi to join him as his apprentice and then use that apprentice to take out another hero. Finding an apprentice. So when a hero moves to the lower part of Maul's sector, they are still considered a hero and are affected by any card, either fate or villain. So that's interesting. So you're going to want to get a hero on the lower part, which is normally your allies, but it seems like the fate cards, which are the white cards, which are what the heroes are from, they can still be affected by those. So maybe they can be pulled back, up to the hero part of the board. Who knows? That would target a hero. Maul now needs to build up the strength of that hero so they can vanquish any other hero still on the top of the sector. So they got an example where they're using Ezra Bridger. That is hilarious. They are using Ezra to take out Kanan. That's exactly the example I said. I have not seen this before. But yeah, it looks like he takes Ezra Bridger and then uses him to take out Kanan. Manipulating heroes. Maul is a master manipulator. Even the truth is twisted by his ways. Here, Maul uses his allies not to vanquish heroes, but to weaken them. When you take a vanquish action, do not discard the hero. Instead, give them a -1 strength token. Allies are discarded as normal. Maul has cards such as My Power was almost absolute and You Mean My Apprentice to reduce a hero's strength without a vanquish. Interesting. Heroes confused. When a hero has 0 strength, they move to the lower part of Maul's sector at that same location. They keep their strength level at 0. Leave all negative strength tokens on them. When a hero has 0 strength, they move to the lower part of Maul's sector at the same location. They keep their strength level at 0. Leave all negative strength tokens on them. Maul is manipulating and influencing them to act against their Jedi training. They are still considered heroes and are subject to all cards or actions that would maneuver, increase, or decrease their strength, like Old Master. So Old Master says choose an ally or a hero, give them +2 strength. So what it sounds like is you have to get the hero's strength down to 0, and when it hits 0, it moves down into your ally sector, and then you have to use other cards that you have to boost them back up. So you'll get them down to 0, bring them down to your allies, and then reboost them back up. Interesting. So then it says holocrons for the last piece here. There are 2 powerful items, 1 Sith and 1 Jedi, that can be played from the villain and fate decks. The Sith holocron is a powerful item that Maul can activate. Then reveal fate cards until they find a hero. They play that hero with -2 strength. The Jedi holocron is played to a location and not attached to a hero. It covers actions as a hero would. When a hero is maneuvered from the Jedi holocron's location, they gain +2 strength. Interesting. I kind of like that one. How you have to basically belittle them down to having no strength or power of their own. They come to your side, and then you build them back up into this dark side character. I really like that. That is really cool. Captain Phasma, Villain Guide. Let's see what Phasma's got going on here. So Captain Phasma's objective, have a First Order Stormtrooper officer at each location. So Captain Phasma is the captain of the guard and commander of the First Order Stormtrooper force. She is a symbol of power and ultimate loyalty to the First Order and trains her troops to follow her every step. Heroes like Finn, Rose, and even Han Solo see her treachery and selfishness for what it is, pure villainy. She drives her troops to become the ultimate warriors, ready to eliminate rebels like the scum they are. It looks like she has a special setup, so place the pauldron tokens off to the side of your sector. And those tokens, we can see from the picture down there, they're just tokens with different colors on them that have different troopers on them. So there's a white trooper, black trooper, and red trooper. Ambition is winning. Captain Phasma is ambitious. She uses ambition to keep her best soldiers in play after a vanquish action. Using your always scum, this is just business, or first order execution trooper helps her gain ambition to lead her army. Interesting. Recruitment. Report to my division at once. Allows Phasma to take all the first order stormtroopers from her discard pile and place them directly in her hand, increasing her army with more recruits. Wow. Stormtrooper ranks. Only cards with First Order Stormtrooper in their name can increase their ranks. There are 4 levels of ranks. Those without any pauldron are the lowest rank First Order Trooper. The next rank is First Order Stormtrooper Squad Leader, and it's indicated by a white pauldron. The next rank is First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant and has a black pauldron. Finally, the highest rank is First Order Stormtrooper Officer, which has a red pauldron. Oh, the pauldron is the thing on the side which tells their rank. Makes sense now. And it has it on the cards too, where the different troopers, the different colors. Alright, so gaining rank. After testing her soldiers in battle, Captain Phasma promotes those who deserve it. Following orders allows Captain Phasma to promote a soldier with a new rank after a vanquish action. She is also willing to sacrifice allies to promote others with Forged in Battle. So Forged in Battle says remove an ally, give a stormtrooper a pauldron of the next rank. Wow, that's cool. Following orders is perform a vanquish action that includes a stormtrooper, award a pauldron token of the next rank to one stormtrooper used in that vanquish action. Do not discard that stormtrooper. So I wonder if you have to use a card to make sure that they aren't vanquished, or if they're always not vanquished. Have to dive a little deeper into that one. Losing ranks. Only the Fate card Undercover Agents can remove a pauldron token and reduce the rank of a stormtrooper. That's a Fate card. Oh, the only Fate card. You can only remove pauldron tokens, and it does not affect the rank indicated by the title of a card. For instance, it cannot lower the rank of the card First Order Stormtrooper Officer, but you could remove a red pauldron from the First Order Stormtrooper Sergeant card. So it sounds like if you have a card, so if you have one where the card was white, but there was a black token on it, you could downgrade that officer. But if it is white, or let's say the trooper had the black pauldron and had the black token, you could not make that lower. Interesting. So then the goal ultimately was to make sure you have an officer at each location. Cool. I would say I think they're both really neat. I think Darth Maul has me a little more excited. I think it's a little more clear cut for the description. I think Phasma's going to take a little bit of reading into. But before we go, we are going to take a look at some of these cards. I do want to look at some of the card art because these cards have such great artwork that they make puzzles out of them. So let's see what cool artwork we have with this expansion pack. Right after we get all this shenanigans. So I'm going to split it between the Darth Maul deck and the Fate deck. So looking at some of the Darth Maul cards, any of them that are really cool and notable. So the two ships that we have the Night Brother, and then we also have the Scimitar. Old Master, that's a pretty good looking one. I think this other one here too, I am the enemy of your enemy. That's a pretty good one for art. It's really cool. But as far as the other one, I mean, the effects in this picture are amazing. Like the detail there, the together you and I. It looks like all that glass is shattered. This is the one that's on the back of the box. It's probably super well known from the Clone Wars show. But other than that, I mean, they're all cool. Don't get me wrong. But let's look at the Fate deck. So we saw that we had Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got Ahsoka, Ezra, Kanan. And that's it for the heroes. There are 2 hero vehicles. Tribunal and the Ghost. That makes sense. From Rebels. But what cool cards do we got here? We do have You Had Your Chance. That's pretty cool. I Am Lost. So this is like when he screams Kenobi. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to lose my voice. I think the Ezra card is pretty neat. We got Ezra. We got Kanan. We got Ahsoka. And then we already saw Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, lots of cool cards there. Let's dive into the second and final deck here. They do have tabs on the side, but sometimes they are a little challenging to get going. Okay, so we got Phasmas opened, so we're going to separate them. We're going to look at Phasma's deck first. Right off the top, we got General Hux. That's a cool looking card. We got the Executioner. That's a cool one. We got a bunch of different officers. We got Flame Troopers, the First Order Troopers. There's one of Phasma. So good to have you back. Oh, here we got one. DJ, if I remember correctly, is his name. Oh, there's a really cool one with Phasma and Finn. So what's the vehicle? There's only one vehicle in her deck, and that's the Atmospheric Assault Lander. Gain 2 ambition. So, which makes sense. I mean, she really didn't have her own personal ship in the movies, so. Alright, so what do we have for the Fate deck? Well, we got Rose. We got Finn. We got BB-8. We got Han Solo, Chewbacca. That's it for the heroes. Is there a garbage chute? Yeah, there is. Undercover agents, stealing your stuff. Ooh, this is... Okay, so there's 2 other ones that are really cool. We got Rebel Scum, with a shot of her eye. And then, hey, right before the Rebel Scum, he smacks her. And then there is a vehicle, the Libertine. That's the one that Rose and Finn stole with DJ. That is that card. So, alright, well, we did a deep dive into the new expansion of Star Wars Villainous. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love this game. This is probably one of my favorite board games to play just because I love the attention to detail that they put into the characters and the motivations and the card mechanics. So I love sharing it with all of you. I know we already got the Disney expansion this year. We have a video on that already. This is the Star Wars one. I don't know if there's going to be a Marvel expansion this year yet. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out next for that. But if you enjoy this type of video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you are notified when the next Villainous Expansion video drops a like if you like the video, and drops a comment letting us know if you're a fan of Villainous and if you're going to be picking up this expansion. And then, as always, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.